So I thank you, Robert, for your coming on today and being able to share with us what we're doing here in Florida. Just, I guess, give an introduction of who you are for those who don't.
Hi, Iris. Hey, my sound just went out, so I missed the last part of what you said. But if the video feed is up to date, it looks like you stopped talking and you might have thrown it over to me. So I want to greet everybody who's tuning into Iris today to hear about this event that she's hosting that I get to be a part of, and I'm pretty excited. I'm Robert Hotchkin. I serve with PMK Ministries. And I've been a part of our ministry ever since we came down to the U.S. to start our U.S. branch, my goodness, 13 years ago. So, Iris, I really appreciate you letting me be on here with you. And I also very much appreciate you hosting the Operation Prayer Strike Florida.
Yeah, we're excited for this event, and we're looking forward to seeing what God has for us here. So let's start off with asking, what exactly is a prayer strike?
Operation Prayer Strike actually came out of an angelic visitation I had at Angelus Temple in LA when we were doing a huge global event at Angelus Temple, which was Amy Semple McPherson's church that was so known for its angelic activity. I had an angelic encounter where an angel of the Lord came to me, and during the encounter, it spoke to me, but it was also God speaking to me while the angel was commissioning me. And what God said was what he did in the Old Testament through his people who were willing to take up a sword of steel in their hand, he would do through his people in this hour who are willing to take up the sword of the Spirit in their mouths. And he reminded me that he was a God who likes to take territory, and that one of the things he loves us to co-labor with him on is taking actual literal territory, and that every place, every city, every state, every nation, every single thing that he created, and we see this in Psalm 24, he created with a plan and a purpose, and that he has made us not only his dominion stewards in the earth, but we're the ones who get to co-labor with all of heaven to take territory. And the angel that came was a territory-taking angel, and I was commissioned to launch, to create with the Holy Spirit this Operation Prayer Strike manual and Prayer Strike courses. And what they're all about is just what the Lord's intent and purpose is. It's how to take our territory, how to co-labor with God, how to co-labor with heaven, how to learn to hear him, not just prophetically, but strategically prophetically, for words, for instruction, for blueprints of taking or retaking our territory in the Spirit, because Jesus has won the victory, and then he uses us to legislate or enforce or decree that victory. So Operation Prayer Strike is really about believers getting together. It's not only about intercession, but it's about territory taking. It's about the prophetic. It's about hearing the voice of God. It's about co-laboring with heaven to get the blueprint for a region. And some of the ones we've done around the world, we've seen really cool shifts and changes in the territories and regions. Some of them almost immediately when we've gotten to do Operation Prayer Strikes.
Well, it sounds exciting. This region, we can use some shifting, just like any other region. So how of an impact of a shift that would happen, like give an example of maybe a testimony of a region.
Sure.
After the prayer strike was.
Absolutely. A couple of years ago when this all first happened, there's a church that I'm in really good relationship with in North Carolina. I'm actually part of their apostolic oversight committee, and I've been walking with the church for years. And when the head pastors found out about this project I was working on, they said, as soon as it's done, come here. We want to be the very first place to do this. And it's a small county in North Carolina. And I went in, and the manual wasn't even done. I was doing, because I said, well, I'm not even done with the manual. They said, just come in anyways. So from like printed out Word documents, we did the very first one. And we did a whole week long where I mentored the people who came in this kind of strategic prayer, this territory taking prayer. And then every day we prayed. There were prayer meetings in the evening. And it was so cool because one of the things we saw shift almost immediately was in that region, there was assignment of death against young